Hey everybody, I am jumping on today to do a little mini training on cravings. Cravings are something that happen to all of us, myself included, and I think there are 3 ways that we can handle cravings. So I'm going to tell you what those 3 things are right now, and then I'm going to dive into them each a little bit deeper. So the 3 ways to handle cravings. Number 1 is to resist them. Number 2 is to give in to them. And then number 3 is to delay. So resist, give in, or delay. So let's dive into those a little bit. So I want you to think about, okay, so let's say you're standing in the kitchen and you want a bowl of ice cream. And it's this like intense craving. It almost feels like the ice cream is like calling to you from inside the freezer, being like, come get me. You're hungry. You want to eat me. And then in your head, you're trying to resist, right? You're saying, no, I shouldn't eat that ice cream. I can't eat the ice cream. No, 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 no. What happens is, and I want you to picture yourself doing this. So you say you're in a pool, okay? You have a beach ball, and you're trying to hold that beach ball underwater. What does that take? You have to take both of your hands and you have to use some strength to hold the ball underwater, right? And then as soon as you let go of the beach ball, what happens? It pops up like with a vengeance, right? It doesn't just like float to the top. It pops right out. The same thing happens when we try to resist our cravings and we try to willpower and white knuckle our way through the craving. So clearly that's not the best option, right? Because if we bring it back to the food, you're standing in the kitchen telling yourself no, 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 no about the ice cream, and then before you know it, you're in the cabinet eating all the cookies and then eating all the chips and then eating all the ice cream because you were saying no, 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 no to yourself for so long, right? The second thing that we can do is give in to the cravings. Now, I'm actually a fan of this one as long as it is done mindfully and as long as it doesn't happen all the time. So sometimes you just want some ice cream, right? I mean, especially in the summer, we all love our ice cream. But if you are eating the whole pint or if you're eating it every day, that's a lot more than you need to just satisfy a craving. Okay, so a lot of times when we are craving something sweet or craving something salty, we don't need a whole lot of it to satisfy that craving. We need like just a taste, maybe a few bites. So if you're finding that you're craving these foods and then you're overeating them, that's doing a lot more than satisfying a craving. Chances are really, really good that you are feeling some kind of way that you don't want to feel, whether it's stress or lonely. You're kind of trickling into that emotional eating territory when you're feeling the need to satisfy a craving like instantly. It's kind of like the moment you realize you want the ice cream, there's no thought between you being like, I could go for some ice cream and going to your fridge and getting it, okay? So I think it's okay to give in to cravings sometimes, not all the time. And as long as it's done in, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say like normal portions, reasonable amounts, okay? So that's number 2, you can give in. Hey, Diana. And then number 3, and this is the hard one, but this is the one that I really want you guys to start focusing on because people say to me all the time, my cravings are so bad. I'm getting my period and I can't control it. And I eat something sweet and then I eat something salty and I just need pizza and I don't want salad and all those things. I mean, I've said all of those things myself too. But when it comes to managing our cravings, what we really have to do is get good with sitting with that uncomfortableness of, I feel like crap right now. I just want to eat the ice cream. We have to sit in that, I feel like crap. I feel like crap, I feel like crap. Because the reason that we go to food is so that we can feel differently, right? We don't want to feel like crap. We want to feel good. And that ice cream gives us, or whatever food, gives us that little hit of like, okay, I can relax for a minute. And then we go back to feeling like crap, and then we go back for more food. It's this whole back and forth, So when you're sitting there thinking, I really want the ice cream, it's calling you from the freezer, you're about to go get it, I want you to think, okay, I could have this ice cream because that's how I coach my clients. Any food is available to them whenever they want it at any time. So you can have the ice cream, but ask yourself, why do you want it? And then you'll probably say like, I guess I'm feeling kind of bored. I've kind of just been like sitting around watching TV. This may not be may or may not be a real life example for me today. I've just been sitting around watching TV for the last hour, so I should probably get busy and go do something a little bit productive. Because if we're not physically hungry, but we're craving that sweet stuff or the salty stuff, the snacky stuff, there's a bigger reason behind it. So that way, by just delaying it, by really going there in your head and saying like, oh, I'm bored, or I'm a little lonely, or I had a really stressful day, that's why I want to eat the food. What can I do instead that will kind of fill that void or make me feel better without eating ice cream for the 5th day in a row? When we go there, we delay that instant gratification, or we delay that impulse to calm the craving down. And then what happens is later when we're physically hungry, we make a better nutritional choice, so that at the end of the day, we can look back and say to ourselves, wow, like I did it. And there's no better feeling. I mean, there's probably a better feeling than this, but it's a really good feeling to like feel proud of yourself and be like, wow, that craving was intense. I surfed the urge. I put it to the side. I went and did something else. And then I actually made a really good choice for dinner without having to eat half a pint of ice cream. So those are the 3 ways to conquer cravings, right? Either number 1, we resist, which never works, right? I mean, it will work in the moment, but the repercussions of resisting and white knuckling and forcing ourselves not to eat the thing is just overeating later, 9 times out of 10. Number 2 is to give in, which is okay to do sometimes, as long as it's not all the time and as long as it's not in crazy amounts. And then number 3 is delay that urge to satisfy the craving immediately and really ask yourself better questions. Why do I want this food? What can I do instead? Especially if you have physique goals, nutrition goals, energy goals, anything like that. You want to pay very, very close attention to the foods you're putting into your body. So that's what I have for you. 3 ways to handle cravings. I think we can all know, we would all know that delay is probably the best bet. But if you want a little extra help with this, I linked to my free cravings guide in the description of this video. So all you have to do is click that link. It's going to bring you to a page on my site where you can download the free guide. And then in that free guide, I give you 5 ways to conquer sugar cravings. And it doesn't have to be just sugar. It can be salty, whatever, alcohol, whatever. And then after that, there are a few emails that come with it to offer you some extra stuff, some extra support. So definitely download that. Let me know your questions. Let me know your thoughts on this craving stuff. I'm happy to answer anything for you. And I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.